Most people don't realize their biggest home regrets happen before the walls go up. In this video, I'll show you what to check, what's often missed, and how to avoid surprises once the drywall is sealed. So as we move along in this process of the building process, there's going to be a lot of things that you want to be looking for. And you're looking for, not necessarily defects, but you want to understand your home, how it works, where things are at. When you're adding on or modifying anything, you want to kind of either take pictures or document as much as you can to understand it. And if you do those things, you'll be safe and it won't cause harm to your home and how things are designed to work. And as always, this information is on the house. These are construction sites. You're not allowed to be on these without permission. You probably need a hard hat. You probably need to be escorted by either the builder or builder's representative. So in one of my other videos, the drywall was still sitting in the middle of the floor here, and we couldn't imagine how big the room was, what it's going to look like, where are all those outlets, where are the vents. And you can see remember I told you they cover up the vents. That's why, so that when they spray this texture on the ceilings, they don't get texture inside your vents. This is what it looks like once the drywall is in. And every one of these holes is an outlet. Whatever its purpose, it all has it. So this is going to be the back of your kitchen. And again, the way I can tell those things is there's your microwave line, there's your stove line, and you've got different wall outlets. And then on your island over here, you can see the plumbing. So you don't have any plumbing on the other side, but you do have plumbing here. You've got your drain line, your hot and cold line, your electrical line to power the dishwasher. And then over here, I don't see a water line for the refrigerator. So I'm guessing the refrigerator is going to go over here, but I do not see a water line for that at this time. So that's something you want to be aware of. If there's supposed to be a water line and wherever the refrigerator is supposed to go, you should see that for sure. Yes, the refrigerator can plug in here, but it does need a water line somewhere down here, and I don't see that. So we'll have to figure that out. And on the ceiling, if you can see that, that's the same material, it's just a different style of texture. So we call that knockdown. So basically, they take a big hopper and spray this, and then they take basically like a squeegee, and they literally just knock it down. So it's kind of dripping, and then they squeegee it, and that's what provides that kind of texture. So it's certainly man sprayed, and it's not exactly a science, but it'll look pretty consistent once it's done because the ceilings are all going to be one color, and you won't notice any of those seams. They're going to cover up. There's going to be probably a ceiling fan there. There's your AC vent. There's another AC vent, another light. These are pendant lights that are going to hang over your island there. So every bit has been textured. Let's take a look upstairs and see if there's anything different up there from the pre-drywall stage of this. This is a long, tall staircase, kind of skinny, so getting your furniture up here, that's something to consider too. If you've got big, heavy furniture and you have the daunting task of bringing it up those stairs, that might be something you want to consider. So here is the AC room closet. There's going to be a half door here. You can see it doesn't go all the way to the floor, so that will be a door that will open up and to access your air conditioning. And again, just like that last house, the AC is not here yet because those are expensive units. And until the home is secured, they don't want to put that kind of equipment in here until they can lock it up and make sure that no theft or damage or vandalism occurs, because those are extremely expensive to the builder. So this looks like your line for your thermostat. So your thermostat's going to be right here, right next to your AC. And again, there's your trunk line. That's how your air is delivered to the rest of the house. This is your intake. And there's going to be a little hole here. Once it's not there yet, but they're going to cut a hole in there. And that's what's your warm air is going to get sucked in here, go up through the machine, and then get distributed to the rest of the house. Here's one of the bedrooms. This looks like it could be the primary bedroom. Now we're upstairs. Some people like a downstairs primary bedroom, but this is nice because you've got all downstairs is all living. Not too much to look at in here, but you do want to make sure, because this does happen, you want to make sure you've got a return air and a supply air coming into the room and going out of the room, because sometimes when they put those sheets of drywall up, they might drywall right over that, and nobody, it's out of sight, out of mind. You don't see it. They might miss the fan light or an electrical outlet. But you want to make sure all those are there up to code, because they're supposed to be about every 6 feet on the wall. So if you go more than 6 feet and don't see another electrical panel switch, then something's wrong. The drywall guy might have went right over the top of it. So those are kind of things, if you paid extra to have a ceiling brace, that's something you want to make sure is there at all times. It's a little dark in here. We don't have lights yet, but again, this is the primary bathroom. It's just got a stand-up shower. There's no tub. This is your toilet room. You can see that. There's your sewage drain. And then here's your vanity. You've got double vanity because you've got hot and cold, and water drain. That's your closet. And those are kind of things you're looking for, just so you're aware. Now, if you looked at this house prior to the drywall going up, it looked a lot different. The rooms might have looked small to you, but I promise once the drywall goes up, they a lot of times look bigger than they did without the drywall, because you can really get a sense of, hey, will my bed fit in here? Which way am I going to face the bed? Where am I going to hang my television? All those kind of things are taken into consideration. Here's the other bathroom. This is kind of like a little Jack and Jill bathroom. So that bedroom over there comes into the bathroom here, and this bedroom enters from this way. So they're sharing this one bathroom, and it's just a good use of space, because you don't have to have just a hallway door, and you can get a little bit of privacy too. So again, there'll be just one vanity here because there's only one hot and cold. Your toilet's going to be right there, and then your tub shower combo. And you can see that they use a different type of board here that has to be inside of a shower. It has to be mold and mildew resistant. So that's why it's not covered like this, because they're probably either going to put tile over that, or maybe an insert that they're going to attach to that wall. But that has to be sealed and mold resistant and watertight, because we're upstairs. So if any water gets in from the shower and leaks, it's going to leak downstairs into whatever room is below you, and water seeks its own path. So it could wind up in your kitchen, even though if your kitchen isn't below that. So you want to make sure that all those things they look correct, and that they're in the right place, and that everyone's doing their job. You want to make sure there's your attic access. You don't really have storage up there, but it's access to just make sure in case there's water intrusion or anything that you might want to access up there, and take a look at the wiring, the AC duct work, anything like that. That's where you're going to do that. And then you've got lights and air conditioning vents up there too. So that's about it for this. The drywall hides everything, but that's not the last chance to catch a mistake. In our next video, I'll walk you through what you must double check during your final inspection, even in a brand new home. And as always, this information is on the house.